Hi everyone, this is Learning with Linda, and today I bring you an update for both the months of December and January. Here we're talking about the SNAP emergency allotment. So starting off with the month of December, as you may know, there's 30 states that have been approved in total, and then there's 6 states that are also sending the emergency allotments in January. Then moving on to the state stimulus, we do have an update. Now there's 2 specific states that are talking about a proposal where they could be sending payments in the year 2023, and of course we have all the details in this video. And finally, we have very good news regarding the P-EBT 4.0 benefits, which are for the school year 2022 through 2023. We have the first state that is approved, and that is the state of Wisconsin. So make sure you guys stay until the end of this video to ensure that you receive this information. Now, before we get started, if you're interested in the latest news regarding stimulus, child tax credit, SNAP, P-EBT, and everything in between, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Now let's get right to it. And so starting off with the SNAP emergency allotments, remember that for the months of December and now January, SNAP beneficiaries with states with an approved emergency allotments will receive a minimum of $95 in extra food stamps. So for the 2023 fiscal year, which started in the month of October, the maximum benefit amount for one person is $281, for 2 people it's $516, and so forth. So like I said before, if your state is on the list of approved states for the emergency allotments, then you can expect to receive a minimum of $95 in extra food stamps. It's not $281, okay? So here we just want to be clear with this. The minimum is $95 in extra food stamps for the emergency allotments, and of course this can vary depending on the person's economic situation. And so remember, guys, that unfortunately there's a couple of states that are no longer providing those SNAP emergency allotments, right? And so unfortunately these states have already ended their COVID-related emergency declarations and therefore have ceased issuing emergency allotments. And those states include Missouri, Florida, Idaho, Montana, South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee. Now these states right here on this list ended their benefits in the year 2021. And then we have other states like Iowa that ended in March. Arizona and Kentucky unfortunately ended their benefits in April. Then also Indiana and Georgia decided to end their benefits in May. And then Alaska ended in August. Now I always read in the comments, people are asking why Georgia, why Indiana, why Mississippi. All of these states are not giving the emergency allotments anymore. And guys, it's not that I have something against your state. It's not that I'm skipping your state. It's more that it's your state's decision. Your state decided to end their emergency allotments because they ended their COVID-related emergency declarations, and therefore they pretty much stopped providing these benefits. Now moving on to the payout dates, there's actually a couple of states that will be sending out their payment in the month of January coming the year 2023, right? So some states are actually sending their payments from the benefit month of December for the following month, which would be January. So starting off with California, they're sending the emergency allotments for December on January 7th or January 13th. Then it's Hawaii, January 10th, Kansas, January 22nd, all the way through the 31st, Massachusetts, January 3rd, and Vermont, January 12th. Now, there is one state that has been approved for the SNAP emergency allotments for January, and that is the state of Illinois. So welcome on board, Illinois. Happy to have you here. And your payout date is January 21st all the way through January 29th. So as always, I want to be very transparent as to where I'm getting my information from. So if you're in the state of Illinois, if you go on the Illinois Department of Human Services, this is where you're going to be able to find the SNAP emergency allotment availability. And so they've pretty much posted the dates, right? So if your regular availability date is on the 1st of the month and your case number starts with the numbers 1 through 4, then you can see for January emergency allotment, it'll be on January 21st of next year, right? So depending on what number your case number starts with, you can see that they're issuing payments all the way from January 21st. And if we go ahead and scroll down, it's going to be for all case numbers on January 29th of next year. And here we have some SNAP December payout dates. So let's start off with the SNAP emergency allotments for November. These are the states that are usually 1 month behind, right? So starting off with California, they'll be sending their benefit from November on December 17th or December 18th. Then we have Hawaii, December 12th, Kansas, December 21st through December 30th, Minnesota, December 6th through the 29th, Nevada, December 13th, and Vermont, December 14th. And then, of course, here we have the payout date information for the SNAP emergency allotments for December, starting off with Alabama, December 29th through December 30th, Colorado, December 7th through December 12th, Connecticut, December 16th, Delaware, December 22nd. We also have Illinois, December 21st through the 29th, Louisiana, December 3rd, the 10th, the 17th, the 22nd, or the 29th, Maine, December 9th, Maryland, December 4th, all the way through December 23rd, Michigan, December 17th through December 26th, New Hampshire, December 1st or December 16th, and New Jersey, December 1st, all the way through December 5th. For those in New York City, it's from December 13th all the way through the 27th. And then for the rest of the state, December 12th all the way through the 22nd. New Mexico, December 1st all the way through the 31st. North Carolina, December 22nd through December 31st. Ohio, December 21st through December 22nd. Oklahoma, December 10th through the 15th. Oregon, depositing payment in 3 rounds. Round 1, December 12th. Round 2, December 29th. And round 3 on January 3rd. Pennsylvania, December 16th through December 30th. South Carolina, December 1st through December 19th. Texas, December 5th all the way through December 12th. And Utah, December 31st. Virginia will be depositing payment on December 16th, West Virginia, December 7th, and Wisconsin, December 17th. And now moving on to the P-EBT 4.0 benefits for the school year 2022 through 2023. Can't believe it, right, you guys? We're talking about the future, literally. So we have one state that is finally approved. The first state to be approved is the state of Wisconsin, and it's been approved for both the kids under the age of 6 and school-age children, meaning kindergarten through 12th grade. So the Wisconsin Department of Health Services, the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction, and the Wisconsin Department of Children and Families will issue P-EBT benefits through the State Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program EBT card system to households with eligible children. Now, the state's plan covers the months of August 2022 through June of 2023. Now, the state anticipates the following program guidelines will continue to apply for the 2022 through 2023 school year. And that is the school districts will report to DHS which students are enrolled to receive free or reduced price school meals at their schools. And then number 2 would be school districts will report the number of days in each month that those students were absent for COVID-related reasons or were learning from home during the 2022 through 2023 school year. So once DHS receives all the information needed to find out if a child is eligible, the state will then send the benefits to their family on the next scheduled date for benefits to go out. So at the same time that we send the benefits, DHS will also send each family a letter in the mail that explains how much they got, for which children, and then for what months. So families will receive $8.18 for each P-EBT eligible day that is reported for an eligible child. The amount is added to the Quest or the P-EBT card. And here we have the tentative issuance schedule when it comes to Wisconsin. So when it comes to school-age children for the benefit months of August through October, the tentative issuance payment is in the month of January. Then November through January, November through January, it's going to be sent in March. That's what they're saying so far. And then February and March benefits will be sent in May. And then April through June benefits would be sent in the month of July. So once again, these dates can change at any time. When it comes to children in childcare, meaning children under the age of 6, for the benefit months of September through January, they expect to send those out in April of next year. And then for the months of February through June, they expect those to be sent out in the month of June of 2023. So that's a tentative issuance schedule that we have so far for Wisconsin. Please be aware that these dates can change at any time. And of course, as more states continue to be approved, I'll be making sure to keep you up to date. So like I mentioned in the beginning part of this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about two proposals that are on the table for two specific states. So first up, we have Maine. Let's talk about those $450 checks. So on December 6th, Governor Janet Mills unveiled the Emergency Winter Energy Relief Plan, which could provide a payment of $450 to an estimated 880,000 eligible Maine people, amounting to $900 in relief for the average Maine family. However, the proposal failed in the Maine Senate as the measure garnered only 21 votes in the Senate, short of the 24 required. So they needed 24 votes, they only got 21, unfortunately. It did receive overwhelming support in the state house for a vote of 125 to 16 votes. Now, the Republican state legislatures complained about the rush process for a bill coming to the floor without any committee hearings, raised questions about the funding source. Now, Governor Mills still has hopes that the proposal can pass in the state Senate and even issued the following statement. And it says, "I urge Senate Republicans to join their other Republican and Democratic colleagues in the legislature to give this plan the support needed to enact it as an emergency measure so that we can get this relief into the hands of Maine people without delay." So Republicans in the state say they are still ready to work on the issue and potentially negotiate a new energy relief plan. And here we have the actual statement from Governor Mills on the Senate Republican rejection of the Emergency Winter Heating Relief Plan. That's dated December 7th. I found it on the website when it comes to State of Maine, Office of Governor Janet T. Mills. And of course, as always, I'll be putting the link in the part of the video description. Now, the second state that has a proposal on the table is the state of Minnesota, where Walz proposes using part of the $17.6 billion surplus for rebate checks. So the state budget office said strong collections and lower than projected spending are contributing to the surplus in the current 2-year budget period. And so if we go ahead and scroll down to this article, they're talking about here, Governor Walz said that he plans again to ask the legislature to send Minnesotans the Walz checks of $1,000 per adult. In his re-election campaign, Walz heavily promoted the plan to distribute bonus checks to refund a portion of the surplus to taxpayers. So here you have the article, you guys. If you want to read more details, I'll be once again leaving the link in the part of the video description. And so remember, guys, that when we're talking about proposals, it's not something that's set in stone, right? It's something that's still being discussed or something that's still on the table, right? So let's talk about these Minnesota $1,000 checks. So Minnesota's staggering $17 billion surplus has some wondering, will the governor's proposal of rebate checks still be on the table? So one Walz check proposal was for $1,000 to go to single people earning less than $164,000, and then $2,000 for couples earning less than $273,000. Walz said that with the forecasted surplus, he will propose the checks again. And this is something that he also said, get money back in the form of rebates that people can be able to use as they see fit. Governor Walz also suggested that income guidelines could change, but he said he was willing to work to see about maybe what some of those income limits were if they wanted to see those things change, right? So Democrats will control both houses of the legislature, and the DFL legislature say their priorities include big permanent spending measures on education, healthcare, affordable housing, as well as possibly eliminating taxes on Social Security income. But incoming DFL Senate President Bobby Joe Champion told WCCO that everything will be up for discussion, including checks to taxpayers. And that is all the updates that I have for today. Remember to turn on your notification button to know when I have uploaded a new video. See you guys next time.